What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, well, the Den is the best conversation on the internet, and it's the best conversation on the internet because of you, the viewer. Without you guys, man, the Den wouldn't be shit, and you make it. So I want to introduce some of you guys. We have a lot of new folks, I think, since the last time this gentleman has joined us. And some of y'all, OGs, I already know what it is. Shout out to the gentleman. We'll let him introduce himself. Who do we have joining us in the Den this evening?
I like that. What's going on? This is your boy, man, up here saying what's going on, everybody. I know it's been a while. I've been so busy doing things. I finally got a free weekend, so I told Honcho I'd hit him up, see what he's doing.
Already. So I'm glad you could join us this evening. And as you know, it's Sunday. And, we've been doing a new little thing around here the last few Sundays, and some of them have been pretty interesting. Some of them have been pretty interesting, man, and that is known as Sunday Night Confessions. But before we get into all that good stuff, or before we get to leaking secrets and all that good shit, we got to talk about what's important first and foremost. If y'all don't know, let me make sure I go through my little routine, because y'all be reminding me to be more consistent with that, so I appreciate it. I am your host of the Den Show, Ed Honcho. Welcome. If you were new to it, hey, welcome to being a friend of the Den. If you're not, then hey, well, you'll get used to it. You got to stick around. I'm sure you'll enjoy. Make sure you follow the Den on all the proper social medias, facebook.com/Den Show Live. Yes, for all us old folks. Twitter and Instagram, same name, different platforms. But make sure you show some love and follow. And also, if you follow on the Facebook page, there's the link for the closed Facebook group should be there too. It also should be in the description. If it's not, y'all let me know. I'll say, wow, I look like I'm smoking weed. I thought about that after I posted, but I didn't have time to change it up. I was like, fuck it. They might think I'm confessing about smoking some reefer or something. And then make sure, hey, if you ever want to send some constructive criticism to the end, an idea, topic, whatever it may be, make sure you go to, you can always call it 833-284-3336, even when the Den Show is not live. Leave a voicemail. If you got a topic, constructive criticism, thoughts, ideas, suggestions, whatever it may be. You can do the same if you don't want to call. You can leave an email at denshowlive@gmail.com. Same deal. And if you ever want to tell a friend about the Den, like right now, text one of your friends and tell them, hey, go to the denshow.com right now. It's lit. Tell them hit the live stream, and all that other stuff is going down. Every night, 10 p.m. Central. If you don't know, we go live. 10 to midnight is the new deal. Some of y'all are in other places, other time zones, so it might be a little bit different for y'all, but Central Time, 10 to midnight. And if you want to show some love, you want to support the Den, make sure you go to streamlabs.com/the Den Show. And if it's not working for you, there's some other ways you can donate to the channel in the description box. No, it's not collect. It's toll free calls. I ain't gonna charge y'all no collect calls. Toll free, man. Look, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. That'd be some whole ass shit, boy. But again, so we're gonna get into it tonight, and make sure also, hey, if you loving what's happening at the Den, think about subscribing to the Patreon, for monthly support. Shout out to Stina, I keep on calling say Christina, but Stina Starry-Eyed for showing love, being a Patreon supporter. And some of y'all join that Patreon gang, man. So here it is. We're going to get into some Sunday night confessions, but before we confess some things, I got to confess that y'all are the greatest members. I don't even know, because I don't necessarily like calling people subs. Y'all are the Den generates. Y'all are the denizens, the Den folk. The friends in the Den, So let's see who we have joining us this evening. And let's get into some conversation, man. So I see Simply Deep 1985, what's the motherfucking deal? Man up holding down the stream and the chat. Captain Diggler, what's the motherfucking deal? 335, Beyond the Funny Nigga. Stina Starry-Eyed, how you doing this evening? Jared Key, what's the motherfucking deal? V Darko, Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi Kleindinks, the stripping tiger. That's like a whole weird, she's got like the Siegfried and Roy, Cardi B thing kind of going on. Y'all figure it out. I don't know how it works. It's strange. You just got to check it out. Clayton Yuri, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. My Town Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Jess Sarah, what's the motherfucking deal? Confession, Stina is short for Christina. Okay, well, cool. Now I don't feel so bad. I always want to say Christina Starry-Eyed. 10-10-3-2-1 head ass nigga. Anthony Bailey. What's the motherfucker? Man, look, I'm looking at you because he be the last couple of Sunday night confessions, man. He done set them off, man. I'm telling you, I need to go back and clip those. Those are viral clips because some of that shit is some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. But let's get into it. Oh man, I don't know, man. If you got a confession for us this evening, man, or you got to think about it. Let me know how you feeling. What you got going on, man?
I got a couple of confessions, but I'm a wait to get this thing juicy and flowing before I release. I got one major, but it ain't nothing crazy or nothing, but it's something kind of retweet. I ain't gonna say retweet. Kind of a little tweak of something I've been talking about before.
Okay.
But I'm gonna wait till it get a little juicy.
Okay.
But I'll start off this by asking something. I know it's not a confession. I know it might be way out there. What stream you did last night when you were talking about you hate daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say something, man. This might as well say it's a confession, but you said something that kind of opened my eyes a little bit. Kind of made me think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I ain't even think about it like that. So I felt like I need to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were talking about R. Kelly, and I've been to pay child support, and he got a point. You said I can pay $20,000 a month, which is a lot of money. You said two things that made me think, and I wasn't even thinking about it. You said, if the mom is struggling to pay the to take care of the kids, what is she doing? $20,000 a month. What the hell is she doing?
Yeah.
So, and the question, and then two, what you said was that really got me. Now I didn't even think of it. Is you said, or they say I'm breaking up.
You're breaking up a little. I don't know if it's when you turn at a certain angle, or I'm not sure because sometimes it sounds clear, but I'll catch like a word or two that'll turn off. So I'm not sure.
Let me try to get a little closer to the thing real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
So if I'm okay, y'all let me know. Okay. Anyway, but then the second thing you said was that I didn't even think about. It was like, how can the man pay child support if you're stopping him from working? Mm-hmm. Now, that just doesn't go with R. Kelly. That goes with anybody on any job. You know what I'm saying? And then I was starting to think, I was like, you know what? He got my ass to that one. I wasn't even thinking about nothing like that. That's a good one. Because I'm not saying I was calling him a deadbeat or anything. Excuse me. But I was thinking, I'm like, well, he he ain't working that much, but I didn't put two and two together. Mm-hmm. Then when you said that, I'm like, wait a minute. He kind of got a point. No work, no pay. And people trying to mute R. Kelly, trying to stop him, A lot of rec companies want to deal with him. A lot of these venues like not casinos, places, whatever, don't want to deal with him because of, things that he's going through right now. And I'm like, but if you take R. Kelly's name out of there and you place it with John Smoke or whoever, anybody, you start thinking, if stopping him from working, how can he pay child support? So I'm like, that's a good point. That's a really good point. But I don't want to keep talking about R. Kelly, but I just had to let you know that you brought up a good perspective on that for me. So I just had to bring that up.
Okay. I'm sure before it's all said though, we'll be back on some R. Kelly talk. I know when the calls get snagged in because y'all gonna act like y'all afraid to confess some things. So we'll probably end up back on that talk before it's all said and done. I'm gonna get my confession out the way just in case some more people come in, so I can try to get it. Where there's fewer folks in there, so everybody can't hear the shit. But speaking of R. Kelly, I think that's actually a good segue because I told y'all before, and I might have told this story to the OGs, or I might have shared this on the Mixer crew. In this spring break, I might have to show the Mixer crew some love sometime this spring break. But I got a trapped in the closet type story to share. So I tell y'all about, I'm a changed man, and I really look back at some of the wild, off the wall shit I used to do, man. Like really off the wall. So this was a while back. This was some years back. I was probably right around the time looking at the number started coming in. Oh, let me hurry up and tell my story. You know, this was about, hey, Kishore, what's the motherfucking deal? So, you know, I used to get around like Tupac, not the gay Tupac, the real Tupac. And so I told a story about a chick the other day. I don't know if it was a confession. It might have been the last question, but you know, I told about she had a boyfriend, and you know, I had a chick at the time, and some other stuff was just going on. It was just a bunch of shit. But anyway, so happened to be a situation where I think I was off this day, and the chick that I was with was at work. And so, like I said, I've been fucking with this chick here for a while, just kind of on some old side chick status shit. And so she came through, you know, and she didn't smoke or anything, so it wasn't nothing, you know, major. She would just come through. We would usually fuck around, and she'd be on about her way. I think she used to work at I can't remember where she used to work at, but anyway, so. So, man, you know, like I say, for some reason this day, we didn't usually get off to our normal routine. You know, usually we get into it, you know, we get to smashing and dashing and, you know, it is what it is, you know. So, for some reason this day, we didn't end up fooling around. You know, we just was kind of chopping it up. And for some reason, you know, this day I made sure I locked both of the doors and everything. So tell me why my old lady came home early. And I'm looking at the numbers, they growing down. Why she came home early. You hear that door, we sitting on the couch, that door, you know, started turning, click, 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 and it wasn't open. And then boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? But at this apartment where we stayed, there was a washroom like right by the door as you entered into the door. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, fuck. I'm like, get your ass in the washroom. Like, so I shut it because, you know, when you coming in, most likely your energy is to walk, you know, you go to the restroom or go do whatever, you know, you're not going to think about that thing. So I pushed the ass in the motherfucking washroom. I locked it, I shut it or whatever, and I opened the door. And I ain't going to lie to y'all. My fucking heart was beating. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, God damn, you know, I couldn't calm my energy down. It was happening too fast. I wasn't ready. And so, you know, they were like, what the fuck you doing? I was like, man, I was just doing some push-ups. You caught me in the middle of my workout. I was doing a workout. So my energy was up. Now, at this time, you know, I smoked it, and my old lady, she smoked or whatever. So I'm like, man, how am I going to get this motherfucking bitch out the fucking house? You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I going to get out the house, you know, when I just know the weird shit? Because my old lady, she kind of walking around doing some shit. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, hey, babe, you know what? Let's smoke something, man. You know what? Go roll something up. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna, I got to run down to the car. I don't know what the fuck I said. Some off the wall shit. And it took her a minute to kind of get prepared, but she ended up you know, twisting up a sweet or whatever. And I opened up the front door. I opened up that closet door, and it was like a perfect little just alleyway almost to motherfucking get up out that bitch. And when I say this motherfucker ran a faux flat up out that house, I'm talking about, I ain't never seen it, but look, she could have made the Olympic track team on that shit. When I say she dashed up out that motherfucker, she was gone, because I ain't gonna lie, she was afraid of my old lady. She ain't want to get that ass whooped. So she was gone. When I'm talking about like, fuck a faux flat, she ran about a 3.8 up out that bitch and was down them stairs, man. Shit. I'm like, man, and then I was like, you know, she called when she, you know, escaped and got a little down the ways or whatever. I think that was probably one of the last times we had one of them incidents, because she was extremely paranoid after that. I can't blame her for it, you know. I was sinning. I was doing wrong, you know what I mean? But that shit was funny in a bitch, you know, to get away with that incident scot-free. I think I was okay with that one. So that's my confession. Surviving. That's my confession for this evening of some of my old shenanigans and shindigs. I hope she don't tune into this channel. That'd be bad. She gonna be mad. You did what, nigga? That shit was so fucking long ago. Hey, look, the fucking statute of limitations over with. You ain't got no case. But yeah, that was my ordeal, man. So, fortunately, everybody was all right. Everything was all well. But I wasn't really tripping because that whole situation was a bad relationship. She wasn't the most honest. I was out of town working. Some shit happened. And so, I was doing my sin. She was doing her sin. So everybody got fucked over in that whole situation. So I don't really feel too bad sharing that shit. It is what it is. So I ain't even tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? Look, you had some L's. I had some L's. Hey, fuck it. It is what it is. It lasted while it lasted. That's why we had to move on. But it's cool, man.
Ever heard that song that I just put up there? It sounds just like that damn song.
I got a house full of hoes. No, I don't think I heard. Let me jot that down. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's an old man. Yeah. He used to be on rap a lot, man. But it's like a 2 or 3 minute song. It's not that long, maybe 2.5 minutes. Okay. That's an old song, man. That shit was funny as hell with you. All right, I'm gonna go and give. I'm gonna go and give one right. Well, like you said, people in the chat. All right, I got one kind of similar, but this was a long time ago. Let me make sure I say that because I want my wife to get on me. But it was a long time ago when I was like 20 years old. long time ago. Yeah. All right, anyway, living in Fifth Ward on Lowndes Avenue. Well, right where I stayed at, my grandmother stayed like 3 houses down. So I'm up there, I'm at the house, with a girlfriend. We chilling, nothing to do. And you know what? She just said, let's go watch the sunset. I said, cool. So, I get a ladder, we climb up on top of the roof. We just sitting up there with some drinks, chilling, talking with some, watching the sun go down. And, one thing led to another. We end up getting, a little bit on top of the roof. And I kid you not, my grandma came outside, just so happened to come see what I was doing. But before she got to the door, she said she just looked up and she saw me going at it on the roof. And she was like, I just saw your naked ass just going up and down. I said, oh, my God. My grandma sitting here looking at me, going at it. I was, oh, my goodness. I said I would never do that again. That was not my intention in the first place. Man. It happened.
Man. It happened. That's a new meaning to raise the roof over there. Damn. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. That makes me think of one I'm gonna have to save for next week. But that definitely made me look. Let me jot that down. Look, that makes me think of. That definitely made me think of a story I gotta save for next week. Oh man.
What's up for y'all? Can y'all hear me okay? I want to make sure I'm not chopping up anymore.
Oh man. Let me jot that down. Okay. So here is the motherfucking deal. We gonna open up this Denline. Look, we didn't share some confessions. I done heard some folks say they want to say this, some folks say they want to say that. I'm gonna see what y'all really about, what y'all say y'all about. Man. Whew. That's wild, man. Look, grandma traumatized. They put her in the.
I didn't even know she saw me until she said it.
Man.
She was like, what the? She was like, man. I'm like, oh, God damn. I didn't realize.
Wow, that's tough, man. That's super tough. Give me 1 second. Let me, oh, yeah, we got to do it this way. I forgot. Yeah, I got a guest on. I got to go this way. Wait, I can't use the dilly-dally.
I was trying to have that bag of chips, but everybody know what I'm eating, so never mind. I was trying to cover up the name and stuff, but everybody, for copyright, but everybody know what I'm eating. So never mind.
Fuck it.
Try.
We just gonna send them the bill. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell Cheetos, hey, y'all need to go ahead and pay like your way. All right. So we're gonna open up this Denline, man. We're gonna drop this number on here, man. Hey, look. The Denline ain't charging you. It's toll free. Y'all talking about some old 1-800 collect shit. Man, look. Let me see what y'all saying. Y'all look, y'all gonna have to top that one, man. Y'all gonna have to top the man up getting caught by the grandma story, man. I want to see who got something better than that this evening. And make sure y'all get them calls in. Like I say, we're gonna go from 10 to midnight. So we're gonna get about a solid 2 hours in. I know I got started a few minutes late, so I'll make sure to recoup y'all for that. So we'll probably go to about 6-7 minutes after that, because I know I had about a 6-7 minute delay. So I'll make sure y'all get y'all full 2 hours. The waiting room of the den don't count. When y'all waiting in the chat, I ain't gonna count that against y'all. Yeah, man, make sure you like that stream, man, and make sure you show love, you know what I'm saying? And if you're following all the social platforms, the donation links, all that stuff is in the description. So if you need to ask, just see it. I know some people watching on TV. I know some people are watching on their phones and other things, so it makes it a little bit difficult. Sometimes you can't see the description. So I'll drop those in the chat randomly and all that. But, hey, Denline open, man. Hey, who's going to call in? Who's going to be the first to disperse their verse on what they need to confess this Sunday? I need to know. I need to know how it go. Shout out to Lady Licious, because I think she said she wouldn't be able to join us this evening. So she called in the other day with her confession, which was the first time she queefed. She laughed so much that the dude ended up leaving. I find that interesting. That's belief in the queef. You say, Phoenix says, I have a confession, but y'all gonna talk shit about it. I feel, of course we are. Of course we are. We wouldn't be the den if we didn't talk shit. We wouldn't be your den folks, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, we didn't share. Look, we sharing this shit. Of course, motherfuckers gonna talk. But that's the whole point. Motherfuckers gonna talk shit. The thing about these confessions is to hopefully that you've grown in progress since then. So it's okay to talk about old shit and laugh about Ali. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you, Sean. I mean, anybody I didn't shout out. If I missed you, Cool Amber, Phoenix. Let me see. Make sure I don't look. If I missed you early, I wasn't trying to dish you. It's all love. Sweetberry, like I've kept saying strawberry for the long. Sweetberry 32. I'm looking at Sweetberry and then 335. Hold on, let me find out. But yeah, man. So I don't know. Look, I don't know, man. Y'all sound like y'all scared. Y'all intimidated. Y'all afraid of the line. Well, fine.
Yeah.
So
come on, man.
Yeah.
We all don't.
Confessions not fresh out the kitchen.
Things, and you know what I'm saying. So come on. Nobody is perfect in this world. Yeah. We like it, but we're not. Come on.
Nigga, come on out there. You don't realize that your confession may actually be helping someone else out. You never know. Your confession may be beneficial to
oh man.
To someone else, man. You never know. You never know. You gotta find a way to make it work.
Yeah, Kevin. My beard grow out. I'm trying to catch up to Honcho's dreadlocks. So.
Yeah, you gonna have to look. My beard don't grow for shit. This motherfucker been in some months. And then when I trimmed it, it was still about this long. So that bitch ain't grown at all, man. Come on, man. So y'all can't be afraid. Look, don't be afraid, man. Look, that's what I worry. I thought y'all was some real live degenerates. I thought y'all was some real denizens. I thought y'all was the friends in the den folk. We gonna keep it real. Was that Leah Patron? I don't even know, I'm fucking it all up. But what's the motherfucking deal? That's the first time I see that name. So here's my deal though. While we talk about that, while we waiting to see who is going to, come through with a real solid confession. Just looking at some of these things, and we were actually discussing it yesterday. I briefly mentioned, about the chick, the chick who was suing Future. We mentioned her in a discussion yesterday. Excuse me. I want to know first and last black. I'll do the alcohol. I mean, look, hold on. You got to talk about it. Call in, man. Y'all got to call in. Okay, but I want to know your thoughts about the situation because, like I said, I read the article you sent me, but I read another article, and the other article that I read had mentioned about her not even going to the venue. That it was just the promoter that told her you might as well not come. So do you think that she would have a better argument if she actually went to the club and was turned away, like actually had proof? Or do you think if she by just hearing by hearsay and saying that she has no or not it's not the same, what's the word I'm looking for, effect on her cause.
Well, my thing is this: I'm old school. If I go to a grocery store, if I go to the mall, if I go wherever, I don't care, and you don't want my business, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Exactly.
I'm not. I mean, I know people these days, they try to find a way to get some money, they try to find a way to get fame, notoriety, whatever. And she was talking about like she's not doing it for money or fame. She just wants to set example, or bring awareness, is what she said, to the situation. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do, then these days, why don't you go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media, make a YouTube channel and do all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There won't be no money, no nothing like that. But my personal opinion is, my trail say, my town trail say I'm chopping up.
Yeah, it was about a second ago. It's like I said, I don't know if it's a certain way, or if it's a certain distance, because sometimes it'll sound real smooth, and then sometimes it'll chop up like slightly, but then it'll come back clear.
Hey, my bad, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I try to figure this out later. But anyway, my thing is this: if they don't want me, like if I go to a car dealership and I feel like they don't want my business, okay, I'm gonna go to another one. You know what I'm saying? If I go to McDonald's and they want to act a fool with me, I'm gonna go to another one. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I'm not finna act a fool about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not do none of that. Oh, I'm gonna sue him. Well, I'm not 100% sure if she's trying to sue him and or the club, because from what I read, from what I understand, I put it like that, it's not his club. He just made a request since he was popular, since his future, and he made a request that no big girls allowed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was his club or what, but anyway, exactly who she's suing. But I know she's trying to sue. But anyway, I don't know. It's just me. I guess you can call me old school. That it ain't worth my time, because hey, it's been places people don't like the fact of how I look. They want me, so I'm like, okay, peace, bye. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna get me a lawyer. I ain't for that fool for what? That ain't gonna solve anything. You know what I'm saying? Not so. Because guess what? You're not changing the dude's mind. If he said he denied it, he didn't. Yeah. But let's just say he did say that. What you think him gonna do? Okay. He gonna go to?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We might have some action. Let's see what we got going on here, man. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got the right thing on. Hold up. Y'all know, look, when I got to do it this way, sometimes I'll be a little ratchet with it. All right, hold on. All right, who we got calling into the den this evening? All right, hold on. I think I had the wrong volume on. All right, my fault. One more again.
You hear me now?
Nah, I got you. Okay. I thought I did. Well, goddamn, what I got going on? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me look. Like, I'll be fucking up. Give me 1 second. That's why they ain't call in. It's like, nigga, the Denline ain't goddamn working, motherfucker. That's why I don't want to call in. Hold on. All right, what we got going?
It's Anthony, man.
All right, there we go. Okay, bet. Anthony, what you got for us, Anthony, man?
Man, I'll keep it mild, but I'll just get the first call out the way, so they can stop being little scared ass bitches and just call in. But this one's gonna be real mild, man. I was a young kid, and that's when I first realized, okay, my dick is hard. It was one of the first times I realized it. But I always had this crush on.
Oh my God!
One of the people's at church, this girl, and her dad took us to the zoo, and but he had a pickup, and he took all the kids to the zoo, and he had us laying in the back of the truck, and she was laying in front of me, and I just so happened to get hard, right, and so I was like, well, while the truck is bouncing up and down, that's when I'm gonna get my grind on, right? And just every time the truck starts bouncing, I'm gonna just try to get my little, little bumpity bump on. Yeah. So I was like, okay. I guess it was getting too good to me because I would start doing it when the truck wasn't bouncing. So I thought I got away with it, right?
Yeah.
And I get home, and then the next day, my mom was like, she like come in the bedroom, and she like sit on the side of the bed. She was like, wake up. I was like, okay. I try to get out of bed. She's like, no. She's like, what was you doing in the back of the truck? Coming from the zoo. I said, what you talking about? Now I really didn't know what you talking about. I just woke up.
Yeah.
And then she was like, and don't lie, because I can tell when you're lying with your big ass eyes. I'm like, oh. So at this point in time, I was like, I don't know what I did. Then I realized, I'm like, oh, this chick really must have been feeling it, because she really went told on me and shit. So I was like, okay, well, what happened was, it was an accident because she kept rubbing against me and I couldn't stop it, and it just kept going. And she was like, look, don't ever do this ever again. You understand me? Yeah. So I still denied it. Like I didn't know what happened. I just said it was just an accident. Yeah. And I still, to this day, I was like, I wonder if that girl really thought I did something to her, or was that just, she didn't know what was happening. She just told somebody, I think he had something hard in front of me and it kept rubbing against. I really don't know, because I never got to hear her tell on me. But that was my little small confession. That's when I realized I had something hard in front of me.
Okay. Hey, man, your teacher might have saved you from a future of wilding out, but it's good at least you found out, you know what I'm saying, before it happened in a worse situation. So hey, it's good to experiment and not getting in too much control. I mean, too much damage.
Yeah, I ain't in trouble though.
Yeah, so
that's what we would call that back in the day. What was that called? Goosing?
Yeah, straight up goosing.
That was my first goose.
Straight up, man.
All right, Honcho. I think that's my 5 minutes. I ain't gonna hog it.
Man, I appreciate the call, man. AB always with the classic calls, man. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
Already. Man, shout out to the boy Anthony, man. I'm trying to figure. I think every. I won't say every. I'm sure I had a situation or two like that. I got I remember I smoked too much from back in the day. I fried all my brain cells, but I'm sure I got a memory or two if I really just marinate on it for a little bit. So yeah, it's definitely. I don't know about that definition of goosing. That ain't the same. That's some other shit right there. But shout out to AB, man, for being the first one to go ahead and break the ice, man. Look, I know y'all ain't afraid, man. Come on now. Come on.
We all got some skeletons in the closet. We all done some dumb, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Being a teenager, in your early 20s, even as a full-blown adult.
Yeah, you gotta learn. Now, look, I hope she don't tune into the den and then come with some of that old 30 years ago R. Kelly shit. Talk about, I knew it. He confessed. I have the tape. It was on the stream. I'm denying it. I'm denying. Oh, my fault. The volume up the thing. I don't remember clicking that. But yeah. So okay, there we go. My fault. I had the thing. I guess. Oh, I know. I'm tripping because I'm so used to doing it on the desktop. So after the call, I didn't click the thing like I'm on the desktop instead of on the phone. Hey, look, y'all. The players fuck up, man. Players fuck up. I'm trying to look. I got to get it right.
Oh man, but yeah, it's just like we all done some crazy things. Let me go and repeat what I was saying. Yeah. We all done some crazy things. In our teens, our early 20s, even nowadays, I'm in my early 40s. Just something dumb, crazy. It's just part of being human. We all done. Don't be ashamed. It makes you who you are. So come on, let it all out.
Yeah, them experiences is what make it. Yeah, but I don't know. Y'all. See, look, we gotta, look, AB gonna hold down. I see it's a couple of folks that I can always rely on because I know they're gonna call in, or when they do call in, I know they gonna drop some juice in there. But see, some of y'all, I don't know about some of y'all. Some of y'all be acting like y'all afraid. Y'all be acting like you in class. Somebody go tell your mama or something. Tell on you. Well, he was in the chat and he said that he did that. I can't believe it. I can't believe he do it. So there's that. Oh, word. We 41 deep. I'm glad I got my confessions out the way early then. I think it was only like 20 something. Yeah, it was 20 something growing when I got my confession out the way. So that's cool. I ain't even tripping. So if y'all missed it, that's on y'all. Look, it's gonna take a while for the shit to finish whatever the processing and shit. So y'all gonna miss that shit.
Yeah, I want y'all to hit that like button too now.
Yeah,
come on.
Hit the like button. If y'all ain't gonna call, that's the least you can do is hit the like button. Y'all be acting like y'all scared to call in now. Days, what's the motherfucking deal, man? I just seen you message. My fault. I meant to comment on that, but it's good to see you, Days, man. I hope everything is well. You know what I'm saying? So it's all Gucci. You say your gal 10 feet away, man. Look, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta let them know, man. Look, hey, look, see, this is what it happened was. It'll bring your relationship closer. It'll
Hold on. Town Trail. I just gave one, and my wife is upstairs. Come on now. That's why I had to emphasize. It was a long time ago when I was 20. So come on now, you can do it. We all done some crazy stuff.
Look, you get like a window. There's two. You get two passes. See, one is as long as it wasn't during your current relationship, and then two, you got like a 5-year buffer. If it happened 5+ years ago, shit, it is what it is. You can't be mad about that shit. But if it happened during your relationship, y'all ain't never talk, you might want to keep that shit quiet. But anything else outside of that, if you got like a 5-year, that's like half a decade. That's a long ass time, man. So you got a window of security. Can't be mad at you about that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure you got that CYA to cover your ass. You know what I'm talking about? Now that would. They gonna bring it up no matter how long. Yeah, it could be a motherfucker they didn't even know your ass. You can just bet the motherfuckers yesterday. You remember that time you talked about 13 years ago? Like, bitch, I ain't even know you. What are you talking about? If it was R. Kelly, he was like, bitch, you wasn't even born yet. But that's a whole different conversation. So there's that. Let me see. Since y'all acting like y'all afraid. Let me see. I gotta say the good ones. I'm trying to see what I got in the repertoire. Let me see, y'all. Look, don't let 335 for you. 335 got the most story. That's why he just be low key cool and he don't want to share. He got all the juice, He don't want to tell y'all what's really going down. He don't want to give y'all his secrets, man. All right. Look, there are some ladies in here, and it's funny that sometimes the ladies seem to get quiet on the Sunday evening confessions. And I'm waiting to see who gonna say something. Y'all be sitting here listening to see what y'all do. Y'all be trying to pull a okey doke, right? The ladies sit here and listen, and they let the men call in, confess, and say all this stuff, and say, "Oh, y'all a bunch of dogs. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves," knowing they got skeletons hanging out the window. You know what I'm saying? That's how they be driving the HOV lane. Got a skeleton on the passenger side, a couple of skeletons in the back seat, riding. You know what I'm saying? On the way to do some more dirt, but they don't want to. They don't want to talk about it. Look, man, we ain't gonna discuss it. We ain't gonna talk bad about you. We still love you. It's all love here in the den, man. We just, we're trying to get a better understanding of each other. We ain't trying to, see, look, Keisha with the deal. Oh, that really. But the thing is, we just trying to get a better understanding. We're giving y'all a peek into our window. We trying to see what's going on with y'all. You know what I mean? You take a flask to mask. It depends. I don't know. I mean, it might be kind of bad. That might be. Is that a sin? Is that a no-go? I don't know how that works. It depends. How many times do you sip out of it, or are you chugging?
Yeah.
It depends. I think it depends on how many sips and or chugs. And see, look at y'all. They all innocent. Look at everybody. Everybody is innocent. We have a chat full of nuns this evening. Interesting.
Oh.
Oh, that was funny last night. What's the name called this at Dr. Seuss? That shit was hilarious. All right, that's a bit. Yeah, I mean, see, AB didn't. You know, here's the deal. See, some of y'all. You know, I know everybody don't go to church. You know, this is why the den. You know, the den they tell you. I mean, at church they tell you no confess your sin, but you can't trust the preacher because you notice whenever you. Well, goddamn. Every time you go to church, you know, you probably go confess something. You go talk to the preacher, say some shit. Next thing you know, next week, the goddamn sermon about your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just giving that man more content. Goddamn. At least be a part of the content here in the in the motherfucking den. He giving y'all church content, then he passing the collection. Like, this motherfucker talking about me, goddamn. I hope he don't tell on me. That's how he getting y'all out your money, because he making y'all he talking about y'all sins. Y'all don't want to get exposed, so y'all dropping in the collection plate. You know, you can call into the den and confess, and we ain't gonna judge you, man. You know, we got love for you. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna talk about you bad, just probably for about 5 minutes, and then, you know, after that, it's all good. Somebody else will call in. You can talk bad about them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. People been Jay Dizzle #1, always talking shit about me. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Come on now. We all talk crap about people regardless. It is what it is. It's just how it goes. Y'all quit acting like y'all scared and nervous. Come on. You got 3 guys that called that, well, not called in, but 3 guys that confessed.
Mm-hmm.
You got Honcho first, then me, and then got the guy's name that called in.
Anthony
come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, come on now.
Like that, like, ain't nothing to be afraid of. Y'all, I see y'all. What y'all afraid? Somebody gonna whoop y'all, beat y'all up for telling y'all confession. I don't know if some of y'all might have husbands in the room. Y'all look. If your husband in the room, hey husband, how you doing? You know, you got a nice lady. She's innocent. She would never do such foul things. You know, you got you a golden girl. She's a saint, and lucky you. Hey, when that nigga go to bed, make sure y'all call in to the den and tell us what happened. You know, it's all good. Fuck that nigga. We ain't tripping on that nigga. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all, man. But
Heidi, I can't tell Honcho the benefits of marriages. You know, I can tell you one thing. It's just it all depends on the person. So,
okay.
Call in, Heidi. You talking about you want to know the things. You well known in the chat. You always checking out Honcho stream, which is great. We love it for you. We love you to do it. But call on in. Okay. Come on now. Don't be ashamed.
Okay. We got a call coming in. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hi, this is V Darko.
V Darko, how are you doing this evening? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Well, the confession that I have is that I worked at a nursing home at night, and one of the female co-workers, and the male security guard, we went down in the basement and had a threesome, and we got caught because one of the residents fell out of the bed.
Oh my God. That's timing like a motherfucker. So I have a question.
That's all.
I have a question though. So how did this get originated? Who started? Whose idea was it?
Well, it had been kind of leading up to that, because I was kind of the girl. She was, I guess, all the way. She wasn't bi or anything. She was just gay, and I was kind of curious about it. And the security guard, I was kind of into him too, so I just said, why not throw it all together?
Okay. Put all the ingredients together, goddamn. So
what did you say? I'm sorry.
I was saying, so yeah, fuck it. Put all the ingredients together, goddamn. You know, have your cake and eat it too. So, that's unfortunate. So, what was the consequences of that situation? You know, in the end.
Well, we had got fired because one of the charge nurses had come, and one of the patients was on the floor, and they had to call the ambulance, and me and the other person that was the girl that was working the hall, we weren't around, and the security guard wasn't around. So they went and looked at the cameras and saw us all going into the basement. I mean, they didn't know what we were doing down there, but, you know, they just know that a patient had fell and the patient had got hurt because the patient had a knot on their head, so they had to go to the emergency room and stuff. But at least it was good.
No, okay. So after having that experience, you said you was curious. Did that satisfy your curiosity?
Well, I've done it a few more times since then, but you know, the preference is men.
Okay. Interesting. Well,
I sure hope my husband don't look at this.
Nah, you all right.
But that's all I got.
If you ever call him, we're going to block him. Just let me know if you got a screen name, we're going to block a screen name so you don't get in no trouble. That's all good. I appreciate you calling in, though.
All right, good night.
All right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to V Darko. That's a surprise. I didn't know V Darko. I would see the name. I did not know that it was a lady. So shout out. So there's more ladies in here than we thought. See, there you go. There we go. Look. What the numbers didn't decline. Y'all done all dumped out. They done heard the story. All the youngsters done ran off. That's all good. Hey, the fewer the better then. See, we only need the real motherfuckers in here. If y'all scared, y'all don't look. If you're scared, go to church. If y'all ain't go to church, then you got to confess in the den, goddamn. Shout out to V Darko. I appreciate that. I appreciate that love. Now that's then set the standard. Ladies, come on. Come on now. Another lady. I know y'all ain't gonna see. Here's the thing about women, right? Women don't like being outdone by other women. You know what I'm saying? So now, who gonna top that? Who gonna top that?
I'm waiting too. Come on now.
But that's it's funny and fucked up, babe. It's funny and fucked up because it's funny because you get your groove on. They work boring. Hey, fuck it, it's overnight. It's late night. Shit, we gonna hit the basement, get some action in, make it entertaining, get laid and get paid. But in the resident, what timing? I mean, what other time would a damn resident just fall out to bed? See, they knew what was going on. That's what happened. The patient knew what it was. They was like, fuck it, I ain't getting no action. Ain't nobody getting no action. This motherfucker. They fell out deliberately. Man.
Oh, man. That man haven't called in yet. That man haven't called. Oh man, that was a good one though. I think that's fine.
That's an interesting one. Shout out to V Darko though. Yeah, I don't know. He done set the bar high. I don't know who gonna fuck with that one.
Some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Jojo Hood, Dave sent me here. He said, "Y'all keep everything real and fresh." So I wanted to say I subscribe to man. Appreciate that, Jojo Hood. My fault, I'm just not seeing that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it 1,000. We're gonna keep it all the way. We're gonna keep it all the way 1,000. You just happen to catch us on a very interesting night. We're gonna see how interesting it can be. Who is going to call in and top that confession, man? That was unexpected. Oh man, that's tough.
Okay.
Man.
All of y'all in the chat talking about me wearing this do-rag. Yes, I am bald. I've been working around the house, been doing some cleaning. I've been sweating, and I don't want no sweat getting in my eyes. That's why I'm wearing a do-rag.
Yeah, so y'all hate trying to talk about wave check. Y'all.
No, I'm bald. Yeah, I got my beard, my scrubby beard going. I don't care. But it's just that I've been sweating, been cleaning up. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Put a wig cap. Want to sweat in my eyes.
Yeah,
there we go.
See, this is what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to shut down the haters, man. You got to get one of them, you know what I'm saying, one of them things. The new trend, everybody getting the fake edge ups and shit. You know what I'm saying? About they spraying on the hair, getting out, you know what I'm saying? Just take it. You got to surprise Miss Man up. You know what I'm saying? You got to surprise woman up one day. Don't even tell her, just go hit the barber, go find one of them folks that do it. Just come in. Next thing you know, you're going to have a taper. You know what I'm saying? Be just, you know what I'm saying? And just hit her with the finesse. You're going to be like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Just hit her up one time. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, she'll appreciate it, man. If R. Kelly can get away with it and do it for the whole world on that goddamn interview, shit, you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. Just one time. Shit, I'm fucking with you. Oh man.
What you heard me? I told her a long time ago when I had braids, down to like right here, just right above my blade. And she was like, "What the hell?" Now I'm bald. Then you see braids. You're like, "What the?"
No.
But
yeah, let me know. It might be catching a little. I see. It's looking like it's catching a little bit of laggery, a little bit of hateration in this danceration or in this dancery. Give me just. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see why we getting.
yeah,
Give me.
I'm watching on internet broadcast, and one of them is lagging, the other one is just fine. So it could be one or the other.
Yeah, I think I'm getting some lag now. It should be. There we go. All right, there we go. But yeah, man. So that's interesting. So okay, hold on. We got another call because I'm finna take V Darko situation and start asking some questions. We gonna see who body. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, this is Beyond a Funny Nigga.
Beyond a Funny Nigga. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Well, my confession is I'm trying to get with this 28-year-old, even though I'm 19.
That sounds like a situation.
And the thing about it is, all right, so she had slid my DM on Instagram. Like, I was bored, so I decided, have a good little conversation with her. And then, she started texting me every day. So I was like, I'll just see what she about. And she was telling me her life story and everything. So she was just telling me all her problems and what she had, like, with her past men and everything like that. So basically, she talking about that we should chill this summer, that she gonna fly, because she live in California or something like that. And she said that she gonna get a plane ticket to come here and everything, to chill and everything. And all that, like, she was like on some, I don't know, but from the impression that I'm getting, like, she was like on some nasty shit. And like, she'll bring up like sexual references every now and then, but I don't pay no attention to it and everything. But I did happen to ask her. I was like, what's her body count? Because she's 28, whatever. I'm thinking it's going to be something reasonable, like at least 4 at the most. Yeah. And she told me like 24. Like, that kind of changed my whole mind of perception when she said that. So I don't know how to feel about that. Should I mess with her, even though I'm younger than her, or you think I can handle that?
I'm gonna tell you a brief story, because it sounds similar to a situation that I was in around the same age. But the chick was, I think she was 29, and so my thing is, she also had a body count. I don't even know how I came up chopping it up with her, but she ended up being one of the more entertaining women that I dealt with in that time frame, And we had a cool little like situationship. It wasn't super serious, but we fucked around. I was fucking with other chicks and shit. She was kosher with it and stuff like that. But she had a little bit of body count. She told me about some of her activities in her collegiate days and things like that. And we would just kick it. She was kosher though, but I mean, I would say it just depends, man. I would say, if you ain't trying to get in nothing serious, do your thing. But if you're expecting something serious, if that number is a hindrance for you, it's always gonna be in the back of your mind. So I wouldn't say, don't pursue anything serious. But if you just look for something to fuck with, or a summertime fling, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then ship her back home, overnight, shit, do your thing.
All right, bet.
Straight up. Shout out to that nigga Beyond, man. When the new when the new video dropping, man? The new comedy show, the new comedy video.
I'm thinking about dropping it like in late May.
Late May, okay.
Or something like that. So.
Okay, bet. Already, man.
Like May 20th, around that period.
Okay. Fred getting ready right for the summer. That's a bet.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you're gonna drop it almost in time for the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's a BET. So y'all tune in, man. If y'all ain't following Beyond the Funny Nigga on the IG, man, it's a worthwhile follow, man. Appreciate the call there.
All right.
I bet. Yeah, man. Y'all gotta follow Beyond the Funny Nigga on the IG, man. Every time, like I'll be here and there, and I'll just jump on IG real quick. He always probably one of the first little messages. It's always some funny ass shit. I bet the pussy's so far, you can still feel it when it pee. If she admits to 28, it's about 75. Man, the 3 times rule, that's definitely That's definitely something you need to account for. You know, you definitely need to account for. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. You know what I'm saying? Say out of V Darko, T Chala, Just Sarah, Lady Licious, we got the firebox. Interesting. I don't know who's going to answer that. That's the, you know, I can't vote on it. That's interesting. I don't want nobody to be like, well, fuck you then, Honcho. Fuck you and your goddamn den. But I got a question, man. So I'm just curious, how many other people have fallen into an instantaneous threesome? And I'm sure, you know, people have had, you know, some old unplanned interaction sexually. I mean, it's a thing that happened. I'm sure it's happened. It's happened on a few occasions on my end, you know, just some old, I did not plan for this to happen today. I didn't plan for this to happen within the last hour or two, and some shit just takes place. Some old instantaneous type situation or some old unplanned shit. How often has that happened? I wonder if it happens more for women. I don't want to say, but, you know, I don't know. I guess I don't know if it does. Because women, you know, I guess you got to be just kind of with that shit. If you either you with it or you're not with it. And I guess it's easier to tell in the situation. But, oh, yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, get the hype. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the thing, though. If she says she was bisexual and you ask her what her body count is, you know, is she counting just men or is she counting men and women? Do women count on a bisexual woman's body count? I mean, are we counting that too? Because I mean, it is interaction, right? You know, because I was thinking about that the other day when I was telling y'all the story about the chick who had a boyfriend. I had a chick at the time and all that, and you know, after I was finished knocking her down, she'd be wanting to talking all this other shit. Yeah, you know, and the reason why I'm cheating on him because he cheated on me and he got some other girl pregnant. And I'm like, you know, because it got to a point where I was fucking with this bitch after a while. Like I said, if I told you I used the rubber every time, then you would know that I'd be lying. Pimp C told you that, you know. And, you know, fortunately, everything is all kosher, but I can't lie. I would think about it, I'm like, man, I'm fucking this bitch. She probably still fucking this nigga because she claiming as a boyfriend. He probably still cheating on her with the fucking baby mama. And so how many motherfuckers am I fucking with? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really think about it. It makes me think about that commercial that used to come on like a while back where it'd be like, good night, such and such. And it'd be like, good night, such and such, good night, whoever, good night. And they would just go down the line. It's like, when you don't use protection, you're sleeping with everyone that they ever slept with. I was like, shit, ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought about that. But it's a real deal.
Hey, I got one for you though. Hey, this is only if you come up to where I'm at. I set something up for you, you know, for you to do a live show or whatever, however you want to do it. So I said it's only if you come up, you know, so we'll talk about it afterwards. But anyway, that's a good question though. You know, do women count other women? Because it is a sexual thing that's going on. And I know, I don't, but I think they should because, you know, it's something sexual. So it is, you know, it is another count that's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, some women like say, no, only if a man, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, guess what? You know, y'all do too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it might be a little different, but, you know, y'all did it as well. Yeah. But I also think this here too, man, like kind of going back with that commercial you was talking about. I don't know if you ever remember this old commercial. I want to say I was like 17, 18 when I first saw it. It was a guy in the hospital. It was an old commercial. It was a guy in the hospital. Like he was going through the motion like having a baby. You know, he was breathing out hard and stuff like that. And then it was a commercial talking about, well, this is one way you find out, you know, for sure who the father is. And when I saw that commercial, that's what made me start thinking. It's like, damn, is it really like that these days? You know what I'm saying? Is people really out there like that? Man. And I was a youngster when I saw that. I was like, man, my uncle, and I was watching TV with my uncle one day, and he was like, you know what that commercial means? I say, if I'm not mistaken, it's talking about, you know, who's the baby dad. And a lot of people, and my uncle's like, yeah. I'm like, is it really like that? You know, I'm young, you know, I'm getting into it, you know, really getting into it with the ladies and stuff. Yeah. And I see that, and I'm like, that's what made me a little scared right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying, do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Don't listen to Heidi. Whatever Heidi is talking about, don't listen to her. She Heidi got to get some experience first before she can talk about sexual interactions and all that other shit. She ain't your resume empty. You can't comment on this. You just got to listen and learn. But that's a very odd thing, V Darko. Very odd thing. No, thank you. Yeah, you'll never get that innocence back. Yeah, that's what I say, man. Look, if you got children, try to keep them as innocent as you can. That's why I say fuck all that trying to dress them up like grown-ups. Let them motherfuckers go fucking get muddy in some Oshkosh bagash and whatever that other little shit is, they got, and quit trying to dress them fly and all that other shit, trying to make them wear Jordans and do all that mad because they fucked them hoes up because they don't know what that shit mean. It is what it is. I got a double ender. Let me see. I gave you power. Can you answer my question? Let me see. I don't know where your question is. There's a long. Oh, the difference between sauce and juice. Let me make sure. Let me see if I'm honestly saying this right from my perception. Sauce is more external. Juice is more internal. And what I mean by that, sauce is like flashiness, showiness. You got, I hate for the lack of a better word, swag. Juice is more, you got that action, you about that action. You know what I'm saying? That it's inside of you. You gonna get with whatever you're trying to do. So I think that that's the difference if you want to look at it like that. Now, I could be wrong. Other people may perceive it differently, but that's how I look at it. The sauce, that's the external shit. I got the drip. I got all the other shit. The juice, hey, look, I got that. I look at it like the little Boosie, no juice. You ain't about that action. You ain't got no juice. So you can have sauce with no juice. You know what I'm saying? You can have juice with no sauce. You can have sauce and juice. You can have neither one of them. Yeah, pretty much like that. Juice is power, sauce is game. There you go. I run with that. So, what's that? A kernel now still count. So, but here's my thing, man. I don't use toys. You go hands on. I was given these 5 fingers for a reason. God damn it.
Oh my goodness!
If I put barbecue sauce juice in the fridge, it's gonna last long. But I don't know. It depends on what kind of is it like natural juice? Is it filled with preservatives and shit? What kind of barbecue sauce? Who made it? Did you buy this shit? Is it homemade? So there's so many complications that go into this this equation. I gave you power. I cannot give you a clear answer without more specifics. You feel me?
I think he's going to hold this question, man.
Oh yeah,
he's going.
You're gonna make sure you get a detailed explanation. We're gonna have to do sauce by juice comparisons. Hold on one second. I can see it's getting some buffer action going on here. Give me just a second. I hate when I do this shit. Let me figure out what the problem is. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, I think we should be back in action. Dope ass dog food. So, okay, so a couple of very interesting questions, but I'm curious. Okay. Again, I'm curious about the instant situations. What would it take? Because there was a situation at one point in my day, and I think Baker Man could have. He was a witness. I fried it though. In the end game, I fried it. The alcohol, I took it too far. But I'm talking about instant threesomes or whatever you want to call it. So it was a situation that took place. I was on some let's make it shake type shit. Fucking some now and never type shit. But then, like I said, I'd be cool and real chill in the den, but I do have certain ways in which I'm much more aggressive. What's up, Roger? What's the motherfucking deal? Yes, impromptu. That's the perfect word. And so, it was a situation, but like I said, I ended up frying it on some just fried, overcooked Cajun style shit. Just fried it. But anyway, we're gonna leave it at that. But so here's my deal. I'm trying to figure out who has ever been in one of these situations? Y'all like y'all afraid to call in. Shout out to V Darker. Shout out to AB. Shout out to Beyond the Funny Nigga, man. Yeah, by the end of the night, I'm over there. I'm buzzed talking to the cat and shit like that. Yeah, I fried that whole evening, but it is what it is. Yes. I was just a little bit too far past the limit. That's why I say I don't like alcohol. Like alcohol is cool, you know, but it's just like you gotta dial back just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Too much. Once you pass that limit, you finna start fucking everything up. So you know, it is what it is. Man, that was a night of just a night. One of them nights. That's the only way you can really put it. But I'm just curious of how many other people that's happened to. You know, how many ladies will willingly admit that they have had an instant reaction, if you will. Jen makes man, you ain't lying. Jen make you see it. Like that's what I say, and that's funny, you know, because we talk about drugs, right? I mean, I'm finna go far left. We talk about drugs, but I would like to know who could agree to this. The people who drink, people who are kind of, you know, I won't say alcoholics, but people who drink often. Would you agree that different types of liquor make you respond differently? You know what I'm saying? Do different types of liquor make you respond differently? So, you know, they say gin will make you sin. Some people say brown will put you down. I don't know. Me personally, I prefer, you know, something clear. I prefer to stay clear because, you know, I manage that a little bit better. Brown, depending on what, you know, it'll alter your behavior. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case that different types of liquor will make you respond differently, why don't we classify them in the same way we classify drugs and things of that nature? You know, we look at, you know, weed or whatever, all different types of weed make you respond different. Oh, it's more potent than ever. And because there's a thing, you know, there's like 51 bills on the legislation or in legislation for Texas to, as far as pertaining to weed, right? And mainly like decriminalizing and some other stuff like that, you know, making it more of just a civil penalty instead of an arrest. But then you have the Texas Police Chiefs Network. They're like, no, y'all don't understand how bad it really is. And in Colorado, really other crimes are going up because of weed and there's more kids smoking it. And then they're saying a whole bunch of things that, you know, statistics say that they aren't true. But, you know, you got an agenda to push. And again, you know, if you get rid of weed as a jailable offense, you know, it's a lot of money that you're losing when you know, taking people to jail for weed, bail money, you know, court costs, all these other things that go with it. There's a lot of shit that you're losing. So why don't we look at alcohol the same way? And that's what I'm curious about. Malt liquor especially, you know what I mean? Like that's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But we don't look at it like that. But it's not about weed. It's about alcohol. And if alcohol makes you respond, different types of alcohol make you respond. One, I would like to know what alcohol makes you respond in what way, if you are familiar, if you are aware. And why do you think that it is that way? You know?
Well, I put it like this, back in my heyday, back in my backsliding days, I should say. Drink Old English, and Old English used to make me talk New English. And what I mean, it used to make me say some crazy nonsense. And I had to put that bottle down. You know, man. Then I started drinking Crooked Eyes / Saint Eyes. Oh, that made me thinking I had 3 eyes. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had another eye right here. I mean, that stuff. I had to put that down. Man. You know what I'm saying? I then with the weed, then I, put embalming fluid on it. Oh my God.
That sounds horrible.
I had to do something else, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to, yeah. I'm gonna say some of my confession for next week. Well, the next time I'm on a Sunday, during which I put it like that. Okay. So I got one. Man. I got another one. So I kind of hint at it what it was. So. Yeah.
Man, look, I believe you on that Old English make you speak New English. Like I say, Baker Man know. And I tell y'all, I don't think Baker Man was in here when I was telling y'all about Whoop. And y'all thought I was exaggerating about Whoop. I got a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude here, like 67, maybe 74% of his, I'm gonna say 67. We'll tone down. About 67% of his vocabulary is the word whoop and or whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? And everything, like I say, man, you know, like I'm like no bullshit. Like a sentence from him would be, man, I gotta go whoop, and then you go, I'm finna whoop, and then I whoop de whoop, and then we can whoop. And like this is no bullshit. And this guy is a prominent purveyor of Old English. And so when you say, you know, the Old English make you speak New English, Old English and that 211, and you know, a 211 is a motherfucking robbery. Look, that shit is stealing your steel reserve. You know what I'm saying? It's stealing all your reserves. It's robbing all your reserve. That shit will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? They say Clear make you want to party. Brian make you want to get it on. Okay. The 40s having a nigga ready to fight Goliath. See, I can't fuck with that. I remember that's what when he said St. Ives, that's exactly what I thought about the Snoop commercials and shit. Man, what y'all know about? Let me bring up some bad memories for somebody. I know it happened for me. Let me bring up some bad memories for somebody.
Bring up the fifth.
Hold on.
Come on.
Oh, there you go. My Town Children just did it. I was going to say that MD 2020, man. We were talking about, look, I can combine two stories. We're talking about three. That's another opportunity missed out there on the fucking MD 2020. I'm talking about, look, I got two. This was like in 8th grade. This is terrible, right? So in 8th grade, MD 2020, playing motherfucking me. Last thing I remember, we playing strip poker. All I remember is seeing some motherfucking headlights in my face. I was like, God damn it. What a chick. She was older. You know, I think she ended up becoming a lesbian. Now she looked like a little dude. But she was older. She was a couple of years older. And then the other chick was, you know, about my age. Playing strip poker, man. I remember the room was the lights was kind of dimmed down and all that other shit. All I remember after that is, I forgot what happened, but I ended up having to take a big swig or something. And that's the last shit I remember. I just remember waking up, what happened to the titties? What happened to, what? I'm hungover and mad because I'd have missed out on a whole opportunity. And it was fucked up. I'll never forget, because I just remember looking in 2-3 different places. There was titties everywhere. The next thing you know, it was all black. Fucking with that goddamn Mad Dog. What about that whole ass Cisco, man? That fucking Cisco shit was terrible too. That shit was.
Didn't Cisco himself, the singer, do a commercial about that drink?
Oh, I don't know. I had no idea. I didn't know if he was affiliated with. Last thing I saw Bill K. Hell no. Hell to the no. But yeah, Cisco, that Cold 45 Double Deuce, Mad Dog 2020, throwing some Bone Thugs and Harvey. Okay, so we know what's going on. We ain't gonna say no more. We ain't say less. We ain't gonna say nothing. Man, so that's yeah, that shit there is bad business, man. I remember I used to fuck with them Four Locals when they first came out, nigga. 1 can was a party. 2 cans, you trying to commit suicide. Like, there is a limit. There was a limit. Because before Four Loko, I remember that's when I used to call myself rapping and shit. And I would hit the studio, and it was actually this drink called Spark. You know what I'm saying? And Spark was the alcohol with the energy drink in it. And so I'd always hit them hoes on the studio and be like, man, what you drinking on? What you fucking with, babe? And I started, passing them hoes around. I had everybody start fucking with them hoes, man. They was like, God damn, what is this? These hoes go hard. You get drunk and you got the little buzz. And I be fucking with them. And I found that fucking Four Loko. It was game over. I thought they had banned them hoes for a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe, like I said, I know the stores I was trying to get them hoes that they wasn't there for a little while. But yeah, man, it was them Four Locos was definitely dangerous. Hypnotic and Hennessy. What was that? The Incredible Hulk. That was the drink whenever we was in high school. I remember, man. I'm just telling you, like I say, I'm sharing these are mild confessions, so they ain't nothing major. I remember going to fucking basketball games. It was me and some of my partners. I think we was on the east side somewhere, and I had a cooler, like a little work pitcher type cooler deal. You know what I'm saying? You screw the top off. You just put your stuff in it. You pop the little the little part down, you know, just pour your drinks out of it. I mean, I fill that bitch up with fucking Hennessy and fucking Hypnotic. And we just riding on them hoes, man. I think we put it in some, I don't know if we put it in some Coke bottles or what the fuck. We in that bitch loaded. I'm talking about drunk, then went to a party somewhere. All I remember was motherfucker was in that hoe doing the cha-cha slide or something. I think we got kicked out that bitch. Like, I was just all, that was one of them evenings that I probably had no business doing none of the shit the fuck that I was doing, but that shit was definitely an adventure.
Hey, I put it like, I remember when I was living in Fifth Ward and I went to Phyllis Wheatley. Right down the street there was a Timmy Chang's. Oh my God. We'll go down there, get a couple of wings, you know what I'm saying? Get like a 10-piece wing, you know, for lunch. Sit there and eat. I promise you, man, one day, a dude, a good friend of mine, forget his name right now, Anthony, that was his name. He would, one day he brought in a blunt, right? And I looked at him, I'm like, this motherfucker is shiny. What the hell you put on this damn thing? Oh my God, I swear, when I ate those wings and I smoked that blunt, I swear, it felt like my head was here. I was here. I mean, it felt like I'm one person, but it felt like I was 5 deep. Myself was 5 different people. I'm sitting there talking to myself. I'm having a conversation with each one of everybody I'm sitting there talking to. And I said, hey, man, when we going to go to the ball game? Then this other me right here said, man, you buy tickets? And I said, man, I said, man, you going to buy half? You got to put some money on it? And that person said, yeah, man, who going to drive? I mean, I was just having a conversation with all extra time of myself. And I swear for God, and when I woke up the next day, I had this banging headache. And I asked him, I said, what was that? He said, man, you don't know you was smoking a blunt with some embalming fluid and some dead ashes. I was like, man, don't you ever do that shit again. Like, I was all over the place. Because it was a funeral home, I forget the name of it, right by Phyllis Wheatley. And it was like, I was like, oh my God, when he explained to me what he did, I was all over the place. So, two confessions today.
Yeah.
Come on now. Give some more.
Y'all acting like y'all scared. He didn't drop 2. Man, look, I used to ball with Paul till Paul made me fall, man. I can't fuck with Paul, my son, no more. I got jumped by the Christian brothers. I can't fuck with them no more. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can't fuck with it, man. That's why I don't really be drinking like that. It's not my bag. If I'm gonna fuck with something, it's got to be something clear. You know, I can see what's in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to fuck with that either. You caught yourself on fire after drinking Grey Goose. God damn. Number 2 sauce head band. I got you. Yeah, I'm laughing at 335 because he be the one with the black Air Force. That's exactly what I was typing. That's the 335 had been in the den too long. You know what I'm thinking. I got to watch out for him. I got to watch out for 335, man. But yeah, man, I ain't never fuck with the wet, man. I ain't never got dipped, man. That's now you can see niggas in the middle of the street, motherfucking me, coming out their clothes, butt ass naked, fighting the wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that. I don't think that's the kind of high I want to try. I'm cool on that fry. Like, look, I done fuck with some, you know, I done tried, you know, the acid. I done tried, you know, weed. You know, I drank. I don't really be trying to go too extreme. Like, I don't want the hard stuff. I used to fuck with XOs and shit. When they was cool, you know. But yeah, it's just something about the wet. Just because I've seen how motherfuckers react, but I can't talk too much. I've seen motherfuckers lose their shit on them fucking XOs too. But just fucking with that wet is not what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
I remember a motherfucker talking about they had gotten to they was in the middle of a shootout on some wet. They couldn't even move. They sitting in the car, motherfuckers shooting out all around them and shit. They couldn't even move. They stuck talking about shit was over by the time they came to. I'm like, man, fuck all that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to be in control of my faculties. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all about to die on the fry. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
Yeah, that acid, the embalming fluid, the sherm, all that, man. I was like, oh my God. I'll never do none of that crap again. Yeah. Trust me. I would never do it again.
Matter of fact, I remember shit. It was who knows? Fucking, I was young on some like with the first little motherfuckers I started smoking weed with. And they had it was them niggas I was cool with. They had some other little partners who was into some other little knucklehead shit, like some off the wall shit. And I remember when them niggas came by one time, they had fired up a little cigarette, a little wet stick. They actually had a couple of them. He went, man, fuck no, I don't want to hit that bitch. I don't want shit to do with that though. First, I don't want to fuck with no cigarettes, you know, and then two, you know, I don't want no motherfucking wet. So that's a double no go for me, man. Y'all good on that. That shit ain't nothing I want nothing to do with, man. I'm cool on all that shit. He says that what we said. Now he said he was fucking with the legal. You know, they had that synthetic weed. You know, that shit might have been just as bad. I told you I had experience on that shit. That shit was. I'll never do that shit again. That shit was for the birds. So.
Yeah, because they put that synthetic stuff. They put all kinds of chemicals and stuff in it. That's all.
Yeah, put ammonia in that shit and some other fuckery. I had knew some people used to make some of that shit, and I was like, that's what's going down. I'm cool on that. I chill. I'll just pass on that for now. Maybe next time. That shit. It used to be a bunch of motherfuckers who was working in the plants used to fuck with that shit super tough. That K12. Hold on. Let's see what we got. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's your boy Josh again, man.
Already, Josh. What you want to drop? What kind of confession you got for the den this evening, Josh?
All right, man. But the confession is not really about. Well, I guess it's about me, but it's more about my first roommate I had when I was a freshman. So I don't want to get all into it, but it was a weird situation where I guess since we were both roommates, he came in one day and he was just like his dad is cheating on his mom, and I was just like, wait, what? So at this point I thought I was joking, and then I heard from his other brother that he had to call me, and they was talking about how he and his mom was going around the city at that time looking for his dad, and they actually got in a confrontation. I had to pretty much talk. I had to try to pretty much talk him not to fight his dad, but unfortunately it didn't work, and they got into it. And fortunately for him, dude ended up beating his dad so bad, they had to call the cops and shit. It was that bad and shit. And as he seen the cops in that area, he wasn't charged with no class 2 misdemeanor or something like that. So I was in some wild situations in college from jump, man. So I got to say about that.
I got to question, how old was his pops though? How old was his pops?
If I had to guess, I would say 50 something. If I had to guess.
Okay. Shout out to D Love. I see D Love. Appreciate you slapping through. So he was what? So you say freshman? So he's about what? 18, 19?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
man. Shame on him, nigga. Shame on him for beat up on his daddy. Goddamn, that ain't no fair fight. That nigga got arthritis. But that's what's up, though.
Even when his dad cheated on his mom, pretty much.
Man, look. Look, here's the deal with that, and it's a fucked up situation, right? But my deal is, beating up his pops, how is that helping the situation? Mm-hmm. He ended up catching a case behind the shit. Even if it was a misdemeanor case, it's still a situation. So how does that benefit him? What did he do to solve the problem? Did that stop his dad from doing anything?
No, not really.
And so that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I understand the emotional connection, but shit, what's done is done. If anything, you need to be telling his mom, hey, go leave this nigga alone and go, you might need to if you know this is what's going on, you can do better, or you split up or do whatever else. But going ahead and get yourself caught up in some shit that now makes you look, fucked up on your record. Because if you going to a job or something, you got this assault or this whatever it is on there. Well, you know, my mom was getting cheated on by my dad and I beat him up. So, you know, man, ain't no employer trying to hear that shit. So if that's the cause for you not getting hired for somewhere over some dumb shit, that's what I'm saying. So, excuse me. But I say I understand the emotional connection, but it's not the smartest move to make. You know, you feel me?
Got you. Yeah, I understand because in that situation, like, it was kind of weird talking to him because although, like, I said that to him, it's like sometimes, you know, just not registering, I had to pretty much calm him down in ways that I don't want to have to say. Dude almost had to attack me not knowing because when your emotions is high, people say logic is low. So it was, like, I didn't want it to get, you know, in that situation, get hit in that situation, because I'll be bad myself if I ended getting hit or some shit. But
yeah, and my thing is, shit, why get into some shit in a situation that had nothing to do with you? Shit, your people was cool. That's his whole set of problems. So I feel you trying to, you know, resolve it, but at the same time, sometimes shit, if a motherfucker don't want to listen to logic, you gotta let them make their mistakes and deal with the consequences, man. You know, don't get yourself involved in a situation that's gonna fuck you off.
Mm-hmm.
That's but true. The good thing with him is he was able to not get it, and he's a smart guy because he was a salutatorian in school. He ended up being on the dean's list for that semester, so it didn't really affect him grade wise. So he's doing good right now. Okay. I mean, they're divorced, but he's better from it now. So it's one good thing that came out of it.
Okay. Well, that's a BET, man, Josh. I appreciate the call, man.
All
right.
You know, Honcho, that's one good thing that what you were saying there is that, you know, yeah, we all do get emotional on certain things that we think about, certain things that happens at the spur of the moment. You know, we don't think. You know, that just how it goes. But sometimes, you know, you gotta use your brain. You gotta be like, okay, like you just said, if you go to court and go to police, if the dad would have called the police and said he beat me up, police would ask, okay, what happened, blah blah blah. Well, my dad cheating. I caught my dad doing this and I beat him up. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to jail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I understand where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, like you just said, but at the end of the day, but they don't care. There's some jobs you go for, they don't care. You ain't getting it. Yeah. So, you know.
So yeah, when they looking at them background checks, they don't care about the details of that shit. They just see, disqualifier, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a chance to explain, you know, what you did or why. So, well, what happened here? Well, see, what had happened was, you know, my mom's, right? You got to understand, this lady gave birth to me. That's my mom's, you feel me? You know, and my dad, he provided the semen, but I really wasn't fucking with that nigga like that. You know what I'm talking about? So this nigga was out here running around the city cheating on my mom, but I couldn't have that shit. You feel me? Had to whoop that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, all jokes aside, yeah, you know, they don't care. I mean, things that are important to you as an individual, you got to realize in the grand scheme of things, people don't give a shit. People got their own problems, and they're going to look at it through whatever lenses that they're looking through it from. But motherfuckers got their own problems, man, and they're not going to, they don't give a shit. And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but they don't. And that's just kind of the way the world works, man. And so that definitely sucks, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully, you know, everything works out well for them. But if you got that on your record, it is what it is. So I'm trying to see here. So we had Anthony AB called in with a good confession. You know, I shared a good confession. Man Up shared a couple of confessions. V Darko called in with an excellent confession. Beyond and Josh called in, but I'm seeing some folks, I'm seeing some names, and I know, I mean, I don't know y'all like that, but I know y'all got some shit going on. Y'all acting like y'all afraid to share, you know what I'm saying? Y'all over here ear hustling, you know what I'm saying? Y'all over here ear hustling, don't want to share. Y'all don't want to put into the confession potluck, you know what I'm saying? Look, I know y'all up to some shit. Look, ain't nobody gonna bite y'all, ain't nobody gonna judge y'all, you know what I mean? I think if anything, it makes it ups your credibility in the den. You get it ups your status. You know what I'm saying, in the den social hierarchy. Because I think a lot of people were surprised. Everybody was like, "Oh damn, V Darko, I didn't even know there was a lady." And then now she instantly became a fan favorite just like that.
I said the same thing about when T'Challa called in the first time I ever heard her. Like a couple months ago, whenever it was, she called in. I was like, whoa, that's a woman? Oh, okay. I didn't know. It's the same thing. Come on now, y'all don't be scared now. Come on. And respond to something T'Challa said in the chat. She said sons be thinking that they're their mother's boyfriend and shit. And I've seen a lot of those instances where it does seem like the mom and the son are a couple. It's like, they always, together holding hands, hugging and stuff like that. I've seen those instances, and be like, damn, she got her a young man and realize that's a boyfriend. I mean, that's a son. Like, wait a minute, how they acting and stuff like that. So, but, that is a crazy situation. Yeah. And then some, the mom got to have to sit there and be like, keep the son in the son's place, if that makes I'm putting that. Yeah. Sometimes you got to say, okay, look, we know that you want to stand up for your mom, but sometimes you got to be smart on how you stand up for your mom and what situations occur, things like that. So, in a good sense, is this here. In a good sense, is this here, like he was just saying there. Guess what? The man ain't beating up your mom. He just cheating. Yeah. He didn't kill your mom. He just cheating. And stuff like that. That's not cause for you to go beat him up. See what I'm saying? That's cause for you to say, hey, mom, this is what I saw. This is what I found out, blah, blah, blah. And let your mom, you know what I'm saying, make that decision on what she want to do in that situation. Now, if he was like threatening your mom's life, physically, that's a different story. Something like that. But I wouldn't put in my hands on. I'd be like, hey, mom, especially in these day and age when you got phones and stuff, I would record so my mom won't think I'm lying. Be like, bam, here you go. Here go the proof. So that's just my opinion on that. Yeah. But yeah, more like talk on in. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like my old saying, let's talk about it. Let's do this. Yeah.
Look, I'm looking at what Danny said. She had an ex-boyfriend that slept with his mom until he was 14. There's got to be some form of illegal. Look, no, hell no. Okay, we ain't even finna get into it. You know what I mean? But there's a certain age, certain things happen. Like, you're not supposed to be going through certain things as a young man in the bed with your mama. I don't care if y'all had one bed and they got to sleep on the floor. Somebody got to sleep on the couch. Got to do something. Look, there is no legitimate reasoning to be sleeping in the bed with your mom at the age of 14. None whatsoever. You know what I'm talking about? Like, something. Excuse me. You stop what you got. I hope so. I was about to say, because I was about to say, man, shit, there had to be a situation where I don't even want to get into it. That sounds like some old Kels MJ shit going on. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's like it's some something going on. You know what I'm saying? And I again, that shit sounds sick. Like, there's no way I can't think some off the wall shit didn't happen. You know what I mean? 14 years old, man, fuck that. Fuck that. And then you just boot him out. You got, man, look, that's some shit. Man, Dania Love, you missed some interesting things. Some very interesting stuff. A few confessions. I'll let go a couple of confessions. Man Up has shared a couple of confessions with us. We've had a few calls and some very interesting confessions. We're trying to see who ain't scared now to call in and share. Look, ain't nobody gonna bite. And then we recently discovered that at the age of 14, one of Danny F's ex-boyfriends was still sleeping in the bed with his mama, and that's terrible. Are there any confessions that I regret confessing? No, I don't think so. I think I tend to make sure I ponder over what I'm sharing. If not, oh well. Shit. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. Look, once you in your teens, I mean, that shit started happening before you in your teens. But if you in your teens, come on, motherfucker. I'm trying not to say. I'm just like I'm not trying to be disgusting, But you're having processes that happen with your body as a teen that you don't need to be in the bed with your mama. Your mama don't need to be in the bed with you. That shit is there's no way or form that it's kosher. You know what I'm saying? There's no legitimate reason for that to be taking place. And I mean, I don't, like I said again, I don't care if you only have one bed. I don't care if, you know, look, somebody got to take a L. We can switch, you know. I get to bed tonight, we're gonna flip a coin for it or something. I don't fucking know what, but that shit is not kosher. That's not the lick, man, you know. So I don't know what to tell you. That shit is that shit is weird, you know what I'm saying? Look, how old is your son? He better not be, if he's sick, that nigga better take some NyQuil and hit the hay. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think you got a limit. I think like once you start hitting double digits, that's the limit. Like 9 is the last straw. 15, oh no, you got to go to get your sick ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's a little man. That nigga damn near old enough to drive and shit. Ain't no way you got to lock the door. You got to lock the door. You quarantine, little nigga. You can't call up for this sick. Shit, damn all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. No bueno. Okay, call in. I want to see what you talk about. I'm waiting. We go be right here. Yeah, man. I don't see that. And again, like I'm sure it is, but you gotta look. Who was that? Fleetwood Mac. You gotta break the chain, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do it. I can't see valid reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see valid reasoning. But it's a difference. You know, one is a difference between mama and daughter. But at the same time, you're gonna want to start breaking that shit too. She's gonna start hogging you for your space. She's gonna start trying to be the alpha female. She's gonna start kicking you out of bed. Nah, this is my bed, punk. All right, we got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Oh, this is Denline Love.
Denline Love. Thank you for calling in. So I would like you. What confession or what would you like to drop in the den this evening?
I want to talk about this son sleeping with his mama thing.
Okay. So I mean, what do you feel it's okay to be for?
This down so I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, say that again.
Okay, so do you think it's okay that he was 14 still sleeping with his mom?
Now, okay, this is the thing, and forgive me because my sinus is acting up, so I'm sounding real nasal. But if he 14 or older and he's sleeping with his mom on a regular basis, then yeah, there's something wrong with that. Now, unless they, having financial difficulties, and I'm still, I agree with y'all. You put a pallet on the floor or something like that at that age. But my son is 15, and because it's just me and him, and it's been that way, for a little minute. If my son gets sick and he got his own room, right now he's in his room knocked out. I can't get him to come get in the bed with me even if I wanted him to, unless he's sick. Now, if he's sick, he going to come crawling out, and he got to be feeling real bad because my son a tough cookie. So he got to be feeling real bad. But if he come crawling that bed with me, I know he's sick. I'm cuddling my baby. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Man, look, hold on, Doc. I don't mean to cut you off. Now, I know that's that motherly love speaking, and I understand all that. And you saying he got to be real sick. If he is able to move, his ass ain't sick enough, damn it. You know what I'm saying? If he look, stay in your bed. You got to look. You go get sick. Hey, look, I can't. Look. One, I appreciate you calling in first of all. I think you're a first time caller, so if you are, appreciate you for calling in. But my thing is, I can't validate it. I'm just looking at myself. Look, it was me and my mom for quite some time. Matter of fact, tomorrow will be 21 years. My sister passed. My sister passed when I was 13. And ain't no point in time that I can think of, shit, that I went and got in the bed to crawl and was sick or not. Anytime I had my own room, I stayed in that motherfucker. It wasn't no coming out, you knocking on the door, what you want? I ain't even trying to come talk. But, I just can't see it. I can't see it. And me and my mom have a very good relationship.
You got to understand this too. Okay. Perspectives. There's a difference. You being a man and you speaking from a man's perspective now that you are a man, and even as a teenager, because my son is the same way. He's 15 years old. I can barely get him out that room. If it's not the video game, the computer, or him watching TV or something like, I can barely he have to have company in order for him to come out of his room most of the times. So it's not like he got, he's one of them kids that's like, every other night he trying to crawl in the bed with me. We don't have that type of relationship. He's a teenage boy, and trust me, he act like a teenage boy. But because, you know, he's used to it just being me and him, and he's used to me being that motherly type, if he gets sick, he won't comfort. And again, he's got to be like really, really sick in order for him to come. And that's when I know that something's wrong if he comes crawling my bed. So it's not like he, you know what I'm saying, he's always trying to get in my bed. But you being a man, and even him, if he was up right now and I'm like, hey, you want to come in and lay down with me, or you want to come watch TV, he won't even come watch TV with me. Like, not unless I'm sitting in the living room and we're on the sofa, and then if we're on the sofa, I'm on the big sofa, he's on the little sofa. So he won't even sit on the, he don't even like cuddling unless he's sick. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different perspective. It's not, I don't agree with that. Okay. I understand if it's, you know, him being at that age and he's trying to be in the bed with his mom every night. As a mother, I would have a problem with that. I'm like, you know, get out of my bed, because number one, you know, eventually I'm going to want some other male, some adult male company, and then I got to peel you out my room or worried about you trying to creep back in here. And that's embarrassing for one, and it's childish, and it's just not going to happen. So I get it. But to say that under no circumstances, that's crazy.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
I got one.
Okay, so you say your son be on the video games. Is he a PlayStation or Xbox kid?
He's got both. He's got an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4.
Okay. I'll tell that little nigga whenever he's ready to get me on the Xbox, man, and, you know, get that ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? But
I most definitely will. All right, but and he gonna be ready now, because he stay on that joker like the white boys. He got the headset and everything. He gonna be ready.
I'll tell him I want all the smoke, goddamn. But no, Mr. Nate Love, I do appreciate you coming in. I can respect, again, it's your opinion. I disagree, but again, I don't have that motherly love perspective, and every relationship is different. And so, you know, if it's cool with you, you know, it's y'all life, y'all gotta rock with it. But you know, I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for calling in.
I appreciate y'all letting me call. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I got one, Honcho.
Okay.
Check this out. Guess what? My daughter is 9 years old. Whenever she say, "Dad, come lay in bed with me," she'll lay in her bed. I'll lay on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You know, so she knows I'm there. She got the comfort. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm just sitting on the couch watching TV, she want to come lay on my shoulder, stuff like that. Y'all see.
1 second, man. Let me catch up. We'll take this call real quick. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman, man. Everybody been wondering where Roman been at, man. What's the motherfucking deal, Roman, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Man, bro. I ain't been 100% honest with y'all. I ain't got no damn confession, man. All
right, Roman. As a matter of fact, okay, you're a young gentleman about the age in which we speak. Roman, do you still find yourself from time to time crawling in the bed and sleeping in the bed with your mother?
Wait, repeat that question, Honcho.
I said you're a young gentleman about the age in which the last little bit of conversation we've been speaking. Do you find yourself at your age still crawling in bed from time to time and sleeping with your mom?
I do that at times.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just think about it, you know? I mean, shit. Well, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate you being honest. So what would those circumstances be?
Oh, no, man. Hold on, Honcho. You gotta repeat that shit one more time, bro. I barely can hear you.
Okay.
Mike.
Okay. I want to, because we've gotten into a conversation about teenage boys still sleeping in bed with their mom. And so I'm asking you if
whoa, hold up, Honcho. Wait a minute. Hell no. Let me tell you something, bro. Once you get a certain age, you just gotta cut some shit off, bro. I'm sorry. Look, I'm 16 right now, bro. I'm not about to go in my bed and sleep with my mom. I don't care. If your ass is still scared of the dark, you need to go to the doctor, bro. Like, come on, bro. When you hit a certain age, you just need to stop. Now, if you 5, makes sense. You 6, okay. Once your ass hit that 10 mark, you need to stop. Nah, B, I can't roll with that, man.
Okay. You know, I just wanted to get your perspective. You know,
I mean, because Honcho, it starts to look weird. Like, what are you doing as a 13, 12-year-old boy still sleeping with your mom? You know, or your dad? It's like, it starts to leave like, well, what is you doing? Is there something going on? It's like, and you can't be talking about that, man. I just watched that part 2, Leaving Neverland, so I'm thinking all sorts of things, man.
I mean, we somehow ventured into this discussion, and I know, you know, you're a gentleman around that age, and I said, you know, me personally, I didn't, you know, really see that as ideal. But I mean, you know, like I said, you being a gentleman that age, I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, Honcho. I think that's, if any mom wants to do that's weird, bro. You sick. I'm sorry. You can't be. And even the little boy's weird. You're not supposed to be slipping your pants at no 13, 12. Nah. So that's how I feel about that, Honcho.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to drop in the den this evening, Roman?
No, man. I mean, I could talk about that Neverland part 2, but I ain't got the time, man. I might call in later, man.
All right. Well, appreciate the call there, Roman.
All right, anytime.
Already.
All right.
Shout out to Roman with the appropriately timed call. And shout out to a couple of new names that I'm not familiar with. Studio City, baby. What's the motherfucking deal? And again, shout out to Danae Love. And I appreciate the call. Like I say, you know, hey, this is the den. And for those of you who are new to the den, we may not always agree, but we're all friends in the den, you know, and it's about seeing perspectives from other people's eyes, and you know, so you have a certain perspective, I have a certain perspective, other people see things differently, and that's what the den is all about, the fact that we can all come together and express, you know, how we feel. We might talk a little bit of shit, but there's no judgment because everybody has to live their own lives, but it's good to see how, you know, see the world from another person's eyes, and I think ultimately that's a very important opportunity to have. I think it is an opportunity because we live in our own spaces so much that we don't ever take the time to look and see, you know, what somebody else has going on. We got a text that says, I'd like to know your opinion about going to Houston Community College while feeling like your life is fucked up because the education there is affecting your grades and the environment is ghetto, while at the same time not knowing what you want to major in. You know, some people say, you know, it's with those first 2 years, you ain't gonna ever really figure it out. And the thing about it being ghetto or any of those things, hey, you know, you can't let the environment impact you. You got to understand what your goal is. And if your goal is to get a higher education, then you take advantage of that. And then if you want to move on to something else in the future, you know, you figure it out. Not knowing what you want to major in, it's going to take you, again, you know, people, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one because shit, when I was going to school, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to major. I said I wanted to go to business school. But you mean you really don't got to go to a business school because I didn't really want to major. Man, honestly, when I was going to, I never wanted to be anything, and that's what I just want to make money. That was like always my thing. I didn't want to be anything. I didn't want a title, so I didn't know, you know, what the fuck I'm gonna major in this. But my deal is this: is you might want to take some time to unplug and get to know yourself. And what I mean by that is, you know, kind of tune out the electronics and stuff maybe for a day or two and really see what you gravitate towards. If you weren't on the internet, if you're not, you know, doing any of these things, what is your mind thinking about? And, you know, kind of let your mind lead you to what you truly enjoy. You know, try to, you know, get away from any biased opinions, or, you know, maybe find a craft that you can get into that you're good at, or something that you can get a degree in that you're good at that makes money, so that you can make you some money for a while. And then, you know, maybe later on down the line, after you can stack your paper, you can get into something different that you might want to, you know, enjoy more. So that would be my suggestion with that. What you got there, man?
I was just going to say that, man. That's what I did before I went to University of Houston. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I just stayed in the house by myself for a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, locked in my room, you know, by myself. And I started thinking, you know, what it is that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? What it is I want to do. I realized that, you know, I wanted, like I said, I did flunk out, but I realized what I wanted to do is business. And I'm kind of doing it now, you know, selling my cookies and stuff, but that's what I want to do. So if it takes that you know what I'm saying, you want to distance yourself from the outside world and just think, put yourself in a room with like some pen and paper and just think. Write down a few things that you like to do that does not pertain to like any kind of electronics, anybody else, and just think what it is that you want to do. Some people say they want to be a doctor, want to be a policeman, and that tells you right there that you want to help people. So what is it that by helping people that you like? Some people say they might want to be a mechanic. What is it about getting your hands dirty that you like? So I'm saying, so it's just a different variations of things that, you know what I'm saying, that you can think about, that you could do. And like you just said, without biased opinions, you know what I'm saying, your parents might say, go do this, go do that. You know, it's about what you want to do. Because just like that video that it was a couple years, like a year or so ago, that dude, but the mom got mad, walked out when he decided to go to a different college than what the mom wanted. He made up his own mind what he wanted to do. And that's what you got to do in your life. So, you know, we all take different paths. You know, sometimes our parents don't like what we're doing, but in the results, they're like, you know what, I'm proud of you. So it just all depends on, you know what I'm saying, how you feeling at that moment that this is what you want to do. So take a day, a week, or whatever. I don't know your situation, but take some time and just think about it, because that's what I had ended up doing. You know what I'm saying? I realized, you know, this is what I want to do. And, you know, I like, you know, using my hands a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know what I'm saying? It all depends on the person, but I don't mind communicating with people. And I know people going to have their little thoughts about, you know, things that you're doing. Yeah, it might be questions, it might be, you know, things like that. But that just all depends on what you feel like at that moment. Do you feel like a lot of people used to ask this question, what is it that you want to do when you wake up tomorrow? What's the first thing you want to do? You might say, I want to go play basketball. Okay, you into sports. What is it about sports that you like? You like the competition. You like the interaction with other people. And there could be a bunch of different, you know what I'm saying, variations with that might trigger that you like to go play ball. Or you might say, you know what, I want to go to a racetrack. People gonna say, what is it? The adrenaline rush, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it just makes you get deeper and deeper into what it is that you want to do, to see if this is what you're gonna really, really commit to. So it just takes some time, and you know, you just gotta use your brain and think about it. Cause trust me, I've been down that road too. When we all get to that certain point to where we gotta think and use our head to motivate ourselves to you know what I'm saying, from outside distraction. Because guess what? Once you start doing it, you're going to have people that's going to nitpick at you here and there. But you got to stay focused. And that's why a lot of people like to get deep into what you're saying that you want to do and why you want to do it.
Absolutely. I agree, man. And you gotta find out what it is, because especially if you commit that kind of time and it's going to be something that you're going to be doing long term, you got to make sure that you will enjoy it, that you won't become fatigued from it. And that, you know, that you can, like I say, there's something that you can keep going. All right, so here's the deal, man. We got about 10 more minutes of action. Okay, I see that we kind of buffered again. Let me see what we got going on here. We got about 10 more minutes of action. So if y'all gonna get them calls in, man, look, shout out to let's shout out everybody who called in. Y'all gonna get some love. Appreciate Roman calling in, Danae Love. Appreciate you calling in, Josh, Beyond the Funny Nigga, V Darko, Anthony. And appreciate Man Up. And yeah, I appreciate myself for sharing my damn confession. But shout out to V Darko and Danae Love, because I believe those are two first-time callers, and it's always good to hear some new voices. And to know that there actually are, you know, women in the den. That's always a good thing. It used to be a goddamn sausage. I'm going to confess, the den used to be a motherfucking sausage party, and y'all niggas got on my motherfucking nerves. Now I fuck with y'all. I fucks with y'all, man. Here's the deal, you know. And I can agree, you know, in the sense to say, you know, she's thinking of she said we were thinking from a perverted perspective as opposed to a parental perspective, and I could see that. I'm just about, hey, it's at a certain point you gotta start detaching some shit, you know, and that's just kind of how I look at it. But then again, you know, shit, when I was young, I wouldn't say I was a loner, but I was just more to myself about a lot of shit. You know, and I had a lot of situations that, you know, had me kind of having to operate a little bit more independently. So I was cool in my own space, you know, cool doing my own thing. And in the morning. But yeah, that's a problem. You know, look, let's be honest, little niggas have situations that you can't be, you know, you can't be just doing that every night. You can't be sleeping every night. So, all right, advice. Appreciate you coming through. So my thing is, what you got?
Hey, sorry to cut you out there, but let me say this here. It does come to a certain age to where, okay, it's cute, it's sweet, but then when you get that certain age, it's just like all parents have to do. You just have to start letting go. Like I said, when my daughter says that, because she's the only child in the house, so of course she gets bored, and when she goes to sleep, she wants to sometimes jump in the bed with me and my wife. I said, okay. I go in the room. I say, she sleeps in her bed. I sleep on the floor. She still has that comfort that dad is there. And y'all see her in the chat on the stream with me a couple times. When she's sitting next to me, she'll lay her head right here on my shoulder. And for a few minutes, and I'm like, okay, sit up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it does come to a point to where it's not being perverted. It's not thinking that something else is going on. It just, to me, it does get to a point to where it is cute at a certain age. Then once you get older to a certain age, like right now, you look like you're buffering again.
Yes, this is got the red box. Let me see what we got going on here. Try to get the green back in. I don't know why it's been doing that as of late. The other day it was fucking up and everything was kosher. I would say let me see how the strength on this is. Oh, it says a lot. Okay. Y'all give me just 1 second. You're not getting no buffer on your end? Okay. I don't know. It's not a green box back. Okay. Let's go from here. I mean, we ain't going too much longer, so ain't no point in switching it up. Okay.
But yeah, it does get to a point to where a certain age, like right now, I'm 42 years old. If I go sleep in bed, y'all think that's weird and creepy. So saying it does get to a certain age to where you gotta let it go. Like even when my daughter's not feeling good, I tell her go get in your bed, relax and chill. She's in her bed in her room. You know what I'm saying? And I know some of y'all might be thinking, oh, that's a father and a daughter, so of course. But it was the same thing with my son. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a certain age to where you gotta let go. They have to deal with certain things. If they get sick, be like, okay, just let whatever situation, give you some NyQuil, give you some orange juice, give you some Tylenol, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Try to help you feel better. Stuff like that. Like one day, my daughter sat up there and ate a whole bunch of chocolate. Oh man, she was throwing up and all over the place. And she wanted me to rub her stomach. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna rub your stomach because it looks weird. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're here myself, it's just one of those situations to where some things you just don't do when they get a certain age. You know what I'm saying? And then especially with mother/son and father/daughter. So it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Some things you got to say, okay. Now, I'm not telling nobody what to do with their kids. Your business, your life, you do you. But I'm just saying, if an outside stranger was looking at this, they might end up calling goddamn child protective service on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And here you just got these situations. So it's just one of those things you got to think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying nothing bad. I know it sounds like it, but trust me, it's just one of those things you got to say. You got to go on their own. They just don't.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Like I say, 'cause we only got a couple more minutes left. I'll go ahead and kill a line, and we'll kind of speak it out as we get ready to wind some things down.
Call in.
They don't want. They ain't about that life. We know who about that life. We know who has who's proven themselves. And some folks, they call in every week, so I ain't expecting too much from everybody. Some folks come in confessing during the middle of the week, so it's all good. So here's the deal, though. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to everybody. And make sure before we wind up, I got to make sure I do some little self-promo. Facebook.com/DenSoLive. So if you fucking with the Facebook, even though all the young heads say, oh, that's from my grandma. My great-grandma got a Facebook. That shit for old folks. Fuck y'all. Facebook.com/DenSoLive. I still use it from time to time, so fuck y'all in the Facebook hate. I was a Facebook OG when you had to have a college fucking email to get on that bitch, so I'm still riding with it. And the same name, different platforms, at DenSoLive on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you give a follow. Let me make sure to get all the right shit. And for those of you, and a shout out to everybody who ended up following on the Ed Honcho. If you want my personal Instagram, it's Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter, both of them same deal. I try to keep everything similar so it's easy to remember. So Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you're fucking with that. Wow, there we go. If you want to call into the Den, even when the Den show is not live, you have, constructive criticism, you have a thought, you have an idea that you want to share, maybe a topic or whatever it may be, an opinion that you want to share, you can always call 833-284-3336, 833, the number 2, the Den is the easy way to remember it. Like I said, if you just want to call in and share your thoughts. Also, you can email at denshowlive@gmail.com if you just, you prefer to write it, put it in text or whatever it may be. And you just got some thoughts, opinions, suggestions, whatever it may be. All constructive criticism is always appreciated because it's always about building, doing, and growing and being better. And if you want to tell a friend about the Den, we do this live every night, 10 p.m. Central to midnight. We finally got a time frame, 10 p.m. Central to midnight Central. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tell a friend about the Den show at thedenshow.com is the easy way to get there. And, if you want to support the Den, I'll make sure I forget that. You can donate to streamlabs.com/the Den show. If the Streamlabs doesn't work for you, there's a couple other avenues in the link below. If you ask, I know some folks that ask about, Cash App and some other stuff like that. So the links to that are down below if it's more convenient. So I want to say shout out to everybody who has been supporting, everybody who has been just showing love to the Den as we are on this journey to reach this goal. But man up, is there anything you want to say before we get ready to slide up out of here?
Man, Honcho, once again, I know I say this every time and it's repetitive, but I don't care. I really don't mean it. Appreciate you having me on. This has been fun. I love it every time. I love the fact, we all interact. We all have our ideas and our thoughts. And like you always say, and this is a true statement, it's just like having a conversation with your best friend. You don't always agree. Y'all talk to each other. Y'all have y'all opinions and, might not see eye to eye, but, at least you know where everybody's coming from. That's basically what this Den show is about. We talk, we chill. Hopefully, we have a laugh. So hopefully sometimes we get a better understanding of things. Might see things from a different perspective. So I appreciate this once again, Honcho. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all. Y'all keep coming in every day, like I said, 10 Central Time. And if you got anything, don't feel afraid to, speak your mind. Whether you want to call in, whether you want to leave it in the chat, whether you want to text, email, all the stuff he just named. Do it. Let's have a great time every night, 10 o'clock Central Time.
Absolutely. Thanks. Absolutely appreciate that, man. Man, like I said, it's about having conversation, whether we agree, whether we disagree, man. It's not about getting upset. It's about understanding where people are coming from and being able to have a conversation. For a while, just here, we're going to have to kind of rock like that because what I ain't going to lie to y'all, staying up super late, my timing be off, and then I'll be, negating the sports channel a little bit and, some other things. But as we get closer to reaching the goal and really making it a thing, that's why I say, that we're pushing for this, that, once things get right and it can be what it needs to be, then I plan on getting back, to expanding the Den time. But right now, the wisest thing to do is to manage my time a little bit better so that way I can work the Den, work the sports. I know the ladies like, nigga, we don't give a fuck about them sports. We want to talk about some shit. But, my sports channel is the bigger of the two channels, so I can't be neglecting the folks who've been fucking with me for a long time there. But we're gonna get it, man. Like I say, the goal is to get there, and once we get there, I'm telling you, man, it's I got big plans. And so again, if you can find it and if you can dig in your pocketbook, you got a little something you can throw. If you ain't got to understand, man, hey, everybody ain't got it. At times it's tough. But we are trying to achieve a goal. Again, like I say, I'm trying to convince every subscriber between the two channels, not every subscriber, 1,000 followers between the two channels to donate $5 to the cause so that we can really do some things to really upgrade the channel and really, take it to the next level. Got a lot of big ideas. And so with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all all for taking the time. I'm sure usually when the stream is over, the little after party in the chat, you know what I'm saying, go on, so y'all can talk a little trash. I'll leave it up. I won't close it down. So if y'all want to stay in and then talk some more shit, keep the discussion going, I'll leave the chat open and everything with the bot and all that good stuff. But I appreciate y'all, man. Like, I don't ever want y'all to think I take any of this for granted. Like, the fact when I see y'all show up each and every night, And the fact that you tune in or you put aside whatever you got going on to tune in, man, that's extremely appreciated. Like I take that to heart because there's a million other things that you could be doing in this world, and the fact that you tune in, and those of you who tune in nightly, and those of you who tune in when you can, and fuck with the Den, man, I sincerely appreciate it. And I just can't say thank y'all enough. And with that being said, hey, y'all be cool, man. Y'all ain't got to go home. Yeah, y'all know what I'm about to say. But first, let me show some love. Y'all, shout out to the denizens, the friends in the Den folk, and of course, hold on, I forgot all the denizens, the friends in the Den folk, and damn, I forgot the other one because there's 4 of them.
Degenerates?
Yeah, Degenerate. I forgot the Degenerate. God damn, I'm a Degenerate right now. Shout out to all of y'all, man. The Degenerates, the Den folk, the friends in the Den, and the denizens. With that being said, man, fuck Kenneth. Hey, we out, babe.